Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time stopping by, hello, my name's Julia. Nice to meet you. If you want to become a part of my YouTube family here, I'd love to have you. Just hit that subscribe button. Step right down, step right down. Sound like I'm advertising carnival rides. And if you are stopping by and are already part of my family, a hug to you. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming back. Real quick, if you are not yet a part of my notification squad, and if you would like to be, hit that bell button right here. It'll basically notify you every time I upload, because I don't know, everyone always complains, which like I've seen it, like I don't know why YouTube does that sometimes, where if you're subscribed to someone, you don't see them in your feed. Some of my favorite YouTubers, I have to go find and search for them to see their videos, so that's when I click the notification bell. But that's only if you're an avid YouTube watcher or if you really want to make sure you see all my videos. If not, I understand. Alright, so I mentioned in my last paranormal video, which I will link down below along with a playlist of all of my paranormal videos, but I mentioned that this is kind of the last memory that I have as far as like experiences that I've had and everything like that. Some of you commented and had some good ideas. Maybe I can tell other stories or something like that. I do have a cousin that she is just, her sensitivity to the paranormal world is, it's crazy. Like she can walk into a house and sit there for 20 minutes and feel what's in there. I don't know, she has some crazy stories. So maybe I'll see if maybe she'll let me tell some of her stories to you guys, because if you think mine are kind of crazy, which I don't think mine are that wild compared to what other people have experienced, but hers are just crazy. So yeah, I will try my best to keep some paranormal videos here and there for you guys, because I know so many of you like them. I like watching other people's too. So anyways, but today is seriously, guys, the scariest thing I think I've ever experienced. And it's scary because A, there was evidence of it, and B, I don't know, it just, let me just tell you, it's not really a crazy long story, like nothing crazy happened, but anyways, let's get into it. So when Jesse and I first moved in together, gosh, this was maybe about 5 years ago. We moved into an apartment and it was our first time living together and everything like that. And I talk in my sleep. I've always talked in my sleep since I was little. And sometimes if I'm in a deep enough sleep, I can have a conversation, like people can talk to me and I'll talk back in my sleep and not even remember what I said, not even be aware that I'm talking type thing. But Jesse thought this was so funny that I would talk in my sleep all the time. And the next morning he would wake up and say, oh my gosh, like you said something so funny, but I forgot. And so I'd be like, okay, try to remember next time. And he kept forgetting what I was saying. So he found an app that records you while you're sleeping. It's to kind of, for that purpose, to capture what sleep talkers say at night. And I don't remember the name of the app, but basically it would only start recording if it picked up sound frequencies or if it picked up any kind of sound. That way you're not listening to like 7 or 8 hours of just you sleeping. So the first couple nights, we didn't really catch anything on there. I didn't talk or anything. It would pick up kind of if you're like, you know, rolling around like the blankets, you know, just these kinds of noises. It would start recording, or if one of us was breathing loud, it would pick that up, but it didn't sound like crazy or distorted. When it would pick up noise, it wasn't staticky or anything. It literally just sounded like normal sleeping noises. Like I said, it literally just sounded like the noises that were happening. So first couple nights just picked up that, and I think it was like the third or fourth night, it picked up 2 recordings. One was at 3:04 in the morning and one was at 3:11 in the morning, which if you know anything about the paranormal world, between 3 and 4 is known as the witching hour, or it's basically the time of the day where supposedly the veil between our world and the spiritual paranormal world is the thinnest. So anything around or any kind of spirits or entities, good or bad, have an easier time of coming through. But a lot of people also say that 3 o'clock is the witching hour, or when demons can come through easier, because it's a mock of the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and that's why it's 3 o'clock. Anyways, I'm gonna play it on my phone. I'm filming with Jesse's phone right now. I was like, I need your phone to film because I want to listen and like listen with you guys. So basically the first recording, I won't even tell you. I'll just play it for you and I'm gonna listen to it too. you can hear at the end there, like, so first, when it first started recording, it was really staticky, which, like I said, none of the recordings before that had any kind of static or any noise like that. I'll play it again right now. But it sounds like a voice, I don't know, to me it just sounds like, you can't really understand what it's saying, but I don't know, it was just really, really weird. And it's funny because I'm gonna play it again for you right now. But the weird thing is, so I had shown it to someone at work one day. I don't know, things that are this extreme, I kind of don't just tell everybody about, just because like I know how it sounds, I know how it makes me look, especially if you don't believe in that kind of stuff. Like, I know I seem like a loony bird, and it's like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to try to convince anyone who doesn't believe in that stuff, because ultimately, like, you believe what you believe based off the experiences you've had. So, and I don't want to change that. But anyways, I had shown this to someone at work, and then a couple weeks later, everybody was like, so let's hear this recording you have on your phone. And one of my friends, he listened to it, and right away he goes, what's your man's name again? Jesse? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, it says, hi Jesse in the beginning, which I'll play it normal right now. And then I kind of played around with the audio in iMovie, so you can cancel out background noise, you can enhance talking. Oh, side note, if you hear talking, I'm in our bedroom and his office is the room right next to mine, so he's working. So there's no ghosts or anything. And then I think one of you in my last video mentioned you heard growling and you're like, I hope she has a dog. I do, I have dogs, I have 3 of them, so anyways. But, so I played around with the audio to try to see if I could understand it more or hear more what it was saying, and I will play that version right now. I also slowed it down just a little bit too, because whatever the voice is saying, it's very fast and sounds like, I don't know, it just sounds like that. And it sounds like it says hi Jess in the beginning, which is really creepy. I don't know, it's scary. So that alone was scary. And then the recording at 3:14 is even scarier. I don't know what's scarier, but the recording at 3:14, you hear 2 growling noises. So let's go ahead and play that. I still, like, I've heard these recordings so many times, but every time I hear them, it just like, it makes me just like cringe and like just freaks me out, gives me goosebumps. But again, you hear the static, and then kind of towards the end, you can hear it just, the static goes away and then it stops recording because there was no more sound frequencies. So I'll play it again for you guys. And that one, it just straight up sounds like something growling or going, I don't know. So anyways, once we heard those, I started crying. I was so scared. I was so freaked out. I just started crying, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, which I didn't mention this about the first recording, but clearly, like, that was not my voice, and that's not Jesse's voice. Like, whatever voice that was neither one of ours. And so I was so scared, and I was like, oh my god, like, what if like one of us is being possessed, or like, oh, I don't know. I was really, really scared, and Jesse and I was like, got really worked up, and just like, okay, no more, we're not recording. And it's funny because at this point in time, when I first met Jesse, he didn't really believe in paranormal stuff. He had never experienced anything, like, so understandably, but even he was like, okay, that's freaky, like, there is undenying, like, that is not right, that's something creepy, or I don't know. To me, I instantly got terrified and scared, which a lot of times, whatever your reaction is to something paranormal, kind of listen to that. If you're scared, it's telling you something that it might not be good. If you're not scared, I've had things happen, which, oh, that's another video that I have to make actually, is experiences with loved ones kind of visiting me and playing little tricks on me. I'll make that one for you guys sometime too. But there's been creepy things happening where for some reason I just did not get scared. It was really weird. Same thing if you guys watched my haunted apartment video, where my mom and I lived in an apartment where I think there was like a little kid spirit there or something. A lot of the things, like, I just didn't get scared. But this, when I heard this, you guys, like I said, I cried. I was just terrified. And to this day, we have not recorded anything, or we haven't recorded us sleeping, just because, like, I don't know, again, clearly that did not sound good. It didn't really sound like maybe the first one could have been a muffled human spirit, but the second one just really didn't sound good at all. So I didn't want to invite, and still don't want to invite, anything in by recording. And that's the other weird thing too, though, is that at that apartment, nothing creepy happened except for that. Like, almost every single place I've lived in, you know, something's happened or I've gotten a kind of vibe. But honestly, guys, like, other than that, nothing creepy happened in that apartment, which was really weird. So I don't know if it was that, you know, the 3 o'clock thing where, you know, yes, we were recording ourselves sleeping, which it wasn't even for like paranormal purposes. It was to try to hear what I was saying when I was sleeping. But the fact that we were using an electronic device, which that's another thing, spirits or entities like to use electronics. They take the energy from it and use it to manifest themselves and to make noise, appear, move things. So I don't know if it was the fact that, you know, we had the phone going, we had the app on, we were recording, and that it was 3 o'clock, so it just like all aligned for something to come through. I really, to this day, have no idea what it is, but yeah, that is the scariest thing I think that's ever happened to me. Well, that dark cloaked figure that I saw when I was in 3rd grade, that was pretty scary, but I don't know, I got a way more terrified feeling with this experience than even seeing a huge dark freaking cloaked figure when I was a little kid. So anyways, that is the story for you guys. I will go ahead and make another video sometime about kind of the ways that loved ones have visited me. So yeah, I have one more coming for you guys. That one should be a lot more upbeat and nice, not as scary as this one. Thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to come and listen to me blab. I really appreciate every single one of you guys who are watching this. And other than that, guys, don't let the bed bugs bite tonight.